Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Weather News Happens or Not show. Now, in the last episode here on the Weather News Happens or Not show, we did a little fun little episode where we ranked all of our characters. Not all of them. That would have taken forever. But we talked about our top 20 favorite characters that we've played. We go from 20 to 1. We have honorable mentions. All that stuff. If you want to check all that out and see what mine and Dawson's number 1 was, go watch it. It'll be up here at the top of this video.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in today's episode, we haven't done one of these since we reacted to the behind the scenes of Ghost, which was a very funny experience because we didn't remember a lot of it.
Nope.
Because we don't really watch the behind the scenes unless, well, I edit the behind the scenes, but I only watch it that one time, and then I don't watch it ever again.
Yeah.
Most of the time. But that was the first time we both watched it in quite some time, and we might react to more behind the scenes in the future here on the Weather News Happens or Not show. We actually were going to do a gaming video, but it got late.
Yeah.
So, gaming videos take a while. But we'll come out with another one at some point. Another gaming episode on the Weather News Happens or Not show. But today, we're going to be reacting to a film that we made back in 2018. We were just seniors in high school at the time. When we did Ghost, we were juniors in high school. So this is a little bit newer than Ghost. If you want to go watch that reaction, go check that video out as well. That one's a really funny video. Today, we're going to be reacting to our film called The Hunger Games. Man, we ripped that one right off. We ripped that right off. No Hunger Games : something else. No, we just did The Hunger Games. That was it. Yeah, we did this film back close to Halloween time in 2018. We had a lot of people in this one. Shocker, because that was back when we could actually get a lot of people back then.
Mm-hmm.
We had Dawson as Finnick. He was the only character in the film that was based off of an actual character from the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, Finnick. We had myself as Jax Hawkpedal. We had Maddie, who has been in several other videos. We might react to them in the future, as Saffron Farbloom.
Mm-hmm.
We had Hope Cribbs, who was actually in the Flashbacks of the Hunter, if you want to go watch that film.
Yeah.
She's in that. She played Ash Lockwood. She don't make it very long in that one.
No.
But
it's okay.
It's okay. We had Mason Bruner as Paxton Whiterock, which is his first film. That was his first film that he was ever in.
Was it?
Yeah, it was The Hunger Games.
Oh.
And Josh Cantrell, who was in Ghost, and now he's in this one as Micro Whitewater. What a wonderful name. But all these names are wonderful. We got them from generators. I remember us coming up with, because Mason was the reason why the film, we only thought of the idea of doing the film because he talked to you about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a band competition, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And I gave Dawson some names, and he sent them to Maddie and them, and everybody picked their names. So every name of the characters were picked by everybody, except for Dawson. He took it from the film itself, but everybody else, though, was picked.
Speaking of that, since I took the name of the person in the film, the guy in the film has dirty blonde hair, and I actually put that fake dye crap in my hair to make it look dirty blonde.
I forgot about that. You even put the necklace on and everything that he wears.
Yep.
Just so you could be exactly like him. So
did it for the film.
Yeah,
guys.
did it. Dedication. There's a lot of stuff that went into that. I remember we planned that about a week or two in advance. Like I said, Mason and Dawson talked about it. It was really Mason was the one that kind of established the idea. The film itself is not really Hunger Games-ish. It's a mix between the Maze Runner and the Hunger Games itself. There is literally Maze Runner music in this film, which totally makes sense. Yeah. But I remember being very sore after doing this.
I do too, because you don't see it in this, but
Yeah.
I'll say a little funny thing, because we actually just watched it in the behind the scenes. You see it. So there's one scene at the very end, which you'll see here in a little bit. Mason's character falls. You'll see why he falls, just in case if you haven't seen the video yet.
Yeah.
When he falls, my character walks over. Well, there's one take that when we did it, when Mason falls, he rolls, and as I'm walking, I get caught up in his leg, and I take air, and I trip over him, and I take air and smack the ground.
Yeah.
And that was a fun time.
Yeah, that was towards the end of filming that day. I remember that. We were all pretty exhausted at that point.
We were all running, just nonstop, all day long running.
The drop zone, which we might react to in the future, doing that film made me think of how much we had to run for the Hunger Games, because in the drop zone we ran about as much as we did in the Hunger Games.
Yeah,
I would say.
I would say so.
I would say you probably ran more than you did in the Hunger Games, more than the drop zone than you did the Hunger Games, because your character's whole thing is running.
Yeah, just running.
Yeah, it's just running the whole time. But yeah,
I definitely got my workout for that.
Yeah, I think we all did. I will say this film, we talk about in the last video. We also talked about how Dawson's shortest appearance in a film was in Silent Night as Emil. I will say this is probably my shortest, I think, because my guy only has like 3 scenes in the entire film, and he's supposed to be the main villain,
bad guy,
which doesn't really make any sense that he's in 3 scenes and he's the main bad guy, because we don't really get to know the guy.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was in the actual Hunger Games movie too.
There wasn't really a villain.
You just kind of like the bad kids. You just kind of like
they're just there.
They were there, and then there was the big fight at the end, and that was it.
Yep, that's basically it. Yeah.
But I will say another thing is I don't really talk about this a whole lot throughout the reactions that we normally do. I guess I could start doing that so y'all understand a little bit more. So the costume wise of this film, there was an actual plan that I had for the uniforms that they all wear. I was gonna make them look a little bit like actual stuff,
like the actual Hunger Games stuff.
Like the actual Hunger Games stuff you would see. But I don't remember why, but we got crunched down on time to where I wasn't able to get a whole lot of stuff done. I can't remember why. But it boiled down to what you see in this, which I asked around if everybody had long sleeve Under Armour shirts, and I asked Trace, I asked Maddie, I asked Hope, I asked Mason, I asked that's it.
Yeah. That's it, yep.
And I asked if all of them had, and they said yes, and I was like, awesome. And then I asked if they all had black sweatpants or black jeans, and they said yes. And then we went on to the black combat boots and this, that, and the other. And I was like, all right, cool. And then I went to Dollar General and got red duct tape and just put random crap on everybody. I put a little piece of duct tape on the leg. I put it on both arms of their district.
Yeah.
And then there was one across the
This is the red tape across the shoulder.
I think, yeah. And that was it.
Yeah.
That's all that it was consisted of.
The electrical tape across the front.
Yeah.
The sides with their names on it. I had to write everybody's names down because Dawson couldn't remember.
Yeah.
What the names were.
So
that was funny. Yeah, I think that you seen all of them before we made this Hunger Games.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't at the time. I never seen a single one of them, so I had no idea what we were doing. I've seen them all now.
Yeah.
FYI, so I know when I watch it back, I'm like, man, this is just like the first one. But yeah, I do think that this was the shortest performance. That's why this one was not on my list in the last video, because it was 4 scenes that you'll see in here where it's me talking to Hope, me running after Mason, me running after Dawson, and then the confrontation with Dawson again. And that's it. And then the main people really is Dawson, Maddie, and Mason. Really, it's Dawson and Maddie. Mason's the supporting guy. The other two, or three if you count Josh, don't really matter as much.
Yeah.
But
I will say another thing too about the behind the scenes that I just saw. There's like less than half of it is like the actual stuff we filmed for the film, and then like more than half of the behind the scenes is nothing but Josh messing up all of his lines.
yeah,
So
he was the announcer of the Hunger Games, the crazy guy.
In front of the green screen.
In front of the green screen in this very basement.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, right over there, off camera.
Yeah.
But we're gonna watch it. We'll talk about more as we watch it, and we'll probably talk about way more because there's a lot more stuff that went into this one than the other ones we reacted to. We'll probably talk about that after we react to it, or we'll pause it or do. You get the point. You've seen them. You've seen all the reaction stuff. Okay, this is a reaction video. No cuts, no nothing. All reaction.
You should understand this by now.
Yeah. So if we might pause it and say some things in between, you'll see that.
Yep.
So we're gonna get into this. This is the Hunger Games by us, whether news happens or not. Not written at all. Completely made up on the fly at a period.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
And here we go. That's on a coffee mug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still drink out of. I drink out of all of our coffee mugs.
There's a lot of logo mugs.
He just like spawns in.
I didn't know how to work green screen very well.
But here's a funny thing. Here's a good. Yeah, stop moving for a second, Josh. One thing that I love about this scene that I just noticed too is, so like I said, he's in front of a green screen, and you got all this crap going on. His jacket is actually the inside of a blazer, of a nice jacket. He
flipped it inside out.
Yeah, and he flipped it inside out. Well, if you look, there's some of the little colorful things that's green, and it's going through with the green screen. So there's like little holes in them.
I also noticed on the little lower third that this is the 2025 Hunger Games, and just think in 2 years we're about to get to when this took place. That's weird. That's some weird stuff.
Some crazy, man.
Weird.
District will not be disappointed in their reward.
Yeah, see it?
Yeah.
It's like shining.
Yeah.
Guests appear and we'll talk and all that. Hold on, I'm getting a call.
Typical
What's the
iPhone.
capital?
Oh, it's the Capitol.
It's the Capitol. Oh, I gotta answer it.
Hello?
You'd think it'd be an unknown number.
Just try to...
Man, you sound really...
It's tragic? Never heard of that word.
There's some bad news. We just got a call that was the Capitol, and 8 of the contestants
conveniently
have
died
in a plane accident on their way here. Oh, it's very tragic.
This is an excuse to make
So
it
there
to
are
where
5
5
contestants
people
now,
are left.
Which they will still battle it out in the arena to win their district.
I think I wrote down on my
prizes.
phone the 8 people that died on my phone.
Name right
I'll
here.
read that later
So,
because
and for District 11,
that
we
was
have
fun.
Saffron
I forgot about this.
Farbloom. And from District 5, we have Paxton White Rock. And from District 9, we have Ash Lockwood.
oh yeah, and they picked their
And from
districts
District
too. I
4,
forgot
we
about
have
that.
Fiddick O'Dare.
I'll do it.
And from District 10, we have Jax Hawkpetal. And now that we have introduced
I have the weirdest last
we will
name. I
go
just
through
realized.
our-
Hawkpetal.
So at the start of the game, they start off in a circle. There's weapons in the middle and scattered out all through the arena. And around the arena is a barrier, so they cannot escape. We're coming down to the last seconds of this start.
Looks
They're
off camera at the
getting
clock.
There's 10 seconds left.
Man, you sound so excited.
There's 10 seconds left.
Here we go.
I do like this part.
I remember how cold it was that day.
Yeah.
Too.
I really like this part of
Yeah.
the film. Is the eyes opening up and then the like slow motion
Yeah.
run. I think it looks so freaking cool.
This is also the only film that we've ever filmed.
Where am I going?
With, I have no idea. The only film that we've ever used 2 cameras at the same time.
Why are you stopping?
And it also also looks like we have an alliance breaking
Yeah,
out
and a
over
little bit of
Jax
scenes of Josh
from District
sporadically
9 and 10.
showing up.
So, making an alliance in this is very, very useful.
Shut up.
I'm guessing cars have been through here.
Yeah, why not?
Tire.
Look, the flower.
Convenient. There's actual growing vegetation here.
Also,
The only time
game,
he ever uses a
you would
British
like to
accent
know that
in the entire
alliances are
thing.
good, and also, the sweet ones are usually not
The sweet and low ones.
that would be in this game, as in packs from this revive. No offense. But
No offense.
as you see from all the other ones, I think they have a chance in this.
Probably the only good voice stuff that he did right there.
Running.
Second angle. Which is funny, I remember the other takes, I almost run into shot with my camera. Oh yeah, this part. I'm a spider! Where did you come from? And then you have the audacity to be like, are you part of them?
Are you part of them?
What?
So,
That's wild.
I think it's funny now. So there's what actually reminds me of this, because you said something about it the other day, and I thought about it, and then I thought about this interview. So this, of course, happened back in 2018, but this interview happened like I think 2 years ago. No, I think it was last year. When did the Batman come out? Was it last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Robert Pattinson did an interview stating how he says that every single movie that he's in, for some reason, he just jumps down out of a tree, or he comes out of it jumps down off of something.
Mm-hmm.
He says in Twilight, you see him jumping down out of a tree. In Harry Potter, he jumps out of a tree.
Yeah.
And there's another movie he says that he jumps out of a tree. I think it might have been The Lighthouse. I don't remember. But and then he says that in the Batman, he's jumping off of a bunch of different stuff. So after watching that, it kind of made me think of this, because I'm just like, I jumped out of a tree.
Yeah, randomly jumped out of a tree, and the first thing he says, "Are you part of them?"
He was hiding.
And the girl's like, "How'd you get up there?" She should have said that, but she didn't say
Why
that.
were you in a tree?
Why? I don't understand.
What do you want?
You're not trying to kill me, and you're not a part of them. Why don't we team up, and maybe we can survive this?
What makes me think I can trust you?
I don't know.
Honey, if I wanted to kill you, you'd be dead by now.
All right, we get on a team, and then you decide to kill me. Then what?
Listen, I don't know if you know the rules or not.
It's the most
but
camera
there's
cuts
two
I've ever
winners.
seen in my life.
Yeah.
Why would I want to kill you when I would want to win too?
Fair enough. Let's go.
Random deer stand.
Isn't that how I jumped out of the tree?
I don't know. I think it's how he got in the tree.
And as you can
maybe.
also see, another alliance has formed from Finnick and Saffron.
Finnick?
District 4 and 11. They might have some.
I don't know what that means.
What is that?
Explain yourself. There was another shot I forgot to use for that. I was supposed to make that scene better. But,
Oh, really?
yeah, it was like her going behind the tree. And those other shots we took of like her sneaking up on y'all.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh! Just got shot with an arrow. Now that is very bad in this game because that will slow everybody down.
Not just everybody, just her.
Oh!
What a way to
That
die.
is a very bad way to go,
Yeah.
kids.
And you know who thought of that idea?
And there's the first
Yep.
What if you threw the knife in my mouth?
She always wanted to die in the films.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull it out, okay?
No, no.
It's coming out.
Yeah, it's just coming out. Nope, it's coming out now.
Yep, it's coming out.
Man, she looks like she's so in pain.
She just.
She's so numb to the pain. This was Hope's camera, I believe.
Was it?
Yeah, because that's Mason's. quality changes very quickly.
This scene was like I don't know. This shot in particular, it was held on to. I think we should have cut it a little bit, like maybe did it like this and then cut to like a different angle of doing it. But we didn't think of it back then. So no. Hey, look, Mason.
Now I'm about to. I'm hauling it, and I don't understand how I missed him, and he's right there. He's bigger than the pile of wood. How did I miss that?
Still running.
I don't understand. And he gets lucky, and he finds a spear.
He finds a sword and a spear. He's just like, I now have 2 weapons. I am. Oh, she's dead.
Yeah, but she didn't want to do that. We made her lay in the back because she died. Jumps over dead body.
I do like this shot right here though, because it's just like, hey.
Maze Runner music.
Yep.
Da, da. Me and Lexi watched this on the way down to Florida, and this song played, and I'm like, that's in the Hunger Games. Oh my gosh.
And now, as you see right now, Finnick is now running straight towards the bear, but they don't know that, so...
You identify as a they?
Oh no.
You identify as a they now.
Oh no.
Wasn't Mason just running through here?
Yep.
Oh. He must have missed the wall. But you didn't. You clearly hit the wall.
Oh! Bro, he just got knocked back so far! Bro, I felt that. Woo!
Yeah, he wanted to say something completely different than that, but, you know, it is what it is.
Did that hurt, buddy?
Yeah, you just shook it off. Like it was nothing. There you go.
Bam!
Bam! Hits it again. Hits the wall again.
Die.
Yeah, he could have done that. That would have made more sense.
That would have been funny. Just dead.
You okay?
Oh. Stop texting
Are you gonna
me.
hurt me? No.
So here's the funny thing about this.
Are you with anyone?
Here's the sad reality of this scene, which is unfortunate. So like we said earlier, there can only be 2 winners.
Yeah.
Well, then they make an alliance of 3
Mm-hmm.
of them 2, and then he joins too. So even if they did kill the bad people, somebody's going to have to die.
They would have had to all fight each other,
Yeah.
basically. But what's even more funny is we made her injured for the whole film.
Yeah.
And she didn't do nothing, so it made it look like she was going to be the one.
Yeah,
to...
she just got carried. I carried her everywhere.
Yeah, eventually you carry her to the middle.
Uh-huh.
I was. I don't know where he's at.
Man, she sounds so calm to just have gotten shot in the knee.
Let me just sit here.
Throws the kit at him.
It's okay. It's okay.
Get away!
What's your name?
That's my woman.
Paxton. You're out of work.
Hey, at least they can read in this universe.
I think it's funny. What's your name? Okay, you're not going to tell me, so Paxton.
Paxton? Ah.
Yeah, okay.
I'll let you use it.
It's funny because that's a microphone box.
Yep. I said, I'll let you use this.
Container from her pack. Fill that up.
I remember how mad he got when they found the wind muff for the mic. He's like, we could have used this the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, there's no place to put a mic on your camera.
And Maddie kept just like...
Here. Just to give you like more leverage. And there we go.
Shut.
Filling water.
Well, at least you toughened it out.
That's the squeaky lens. I hated that so much. Ah!
What's funny...
Paxton, you got that water?
No.
Yeah.
What's funny is, like, so you're watching all this, and you're like, okay, this is a film. But, in reality, like, actually, as you see in the actual Hunger Games, is there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
So this is just like shot on a camera that they've got. So that's how Josh's character knows what's going on.
That's why it shows up in a few minutes.
Yeah.
That y'all behind him. Which at the time we thought that was great because it looked really cool and snazzy looking. But really, it took forever.
Yep. And wrapping it up again.
Yeah, and the camera cuts because you didn't want to put the rest of it back on there.
I don't blame myself.
No. Yeah, it fades away. Because if it just cut, it would have looked so weird.
I'm gonna go scout.
What are you gonna do?
He said he's gonna scout, and I don't know what that means because nobody established what scouting.
Well, it looks like Saffron and Finnick might be having a little star-crossed love.
She's wiping my face, dude.
He's writing a fan fiction in his head right now. He's got some good vision if he can see my character from that far away. Because if y'all have ever seen what Dawson's front yard looks like, from the center to that part is a very long distance.
It's a good ways.
It's a good way. There's no way he could see hardly anybody from that distance.
Jax is waiting for us in the center.
How does he know my name? He knows how to read!
He can read!
It's on my chest.
Take that backpack, we don't need it.
Yeah, you needed it for leverage, not anymore. I remember the first take you called him Mason.
Alright, Mason, wait.
Wait a second, yeah. Dead body.
Still laying there.
We had to make her do it. We had to. Oh.
Sick and tired of running.
Never used that axe.
Nope.
I know you're out there!
Shut
Sick and tired of playing this game. I know it's 3-1. Okay? I know.
It cuts right there because I make a fat joke at Mason's character, yeah. And I didn't like it because I thought people would get offended or mad. So I cut it out.
What did you say?
I can't remember. But it was something not... I don't think he would have cared, but I didn't want to leave it in there. Because he, even before that, said he didn't care if I said something about it. But I still didn't leave it in there.
One of the coolest spear shots that we've done.
Yeah.
That we later recreated in
Make your
Retribution.
Retribution.
Because we've got all day.
Well, buddy, we don't got all
We do have all day. We could stand there forever. Someone dies.
So be it.
Ow! 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 Couldn't even pull the spear out of me. Because it was hung in my strap.
So
It's
you're just
okay.
impaled.
Yep. I'm just gonna leave it. Oh no!
That's what happened.
Yeah, he got stabbed with the arrow.
And this is the scene that I trip and fall in, like right there. That's when
Yeah.
I trip.
And that's when he got blood in his eye.
Oh yeah, because he was like, it's in my eye, guys.
We gotta cut.
It's in my eye.
Cut.
Sorry.
Are you though?
Not really.
I want to win this game.
No.
Slim Shady. She said. That's what she
stand
said.
up.
Yeah. That's what she said. After that, I remember that. I will say, he did play dead very well. Recorded that in the garage. Remember that. And then they share an embrace.
We did it.
Okay. We don't even know
And there
you.
you have it, folks, from the very first Hunger Games.
Alright.
Your winners.
You know what's funny is this is at a
From
church.
District
Yeah.
4 is
I didn't even
Saffron
care.
from
I just
District
grabbed
11.
something.
Thank you, and we will see you in the next Hunger Games. And now we will go and congratulate them, and we will talk with them.
That'd have been great to see the interviews with the people and Josh.
Yeah.
He said we're gonna go talk to him, and then they never did, at all. Hunger Games. Yeah, the actual logo too. That we totally did not see.
Now this is not a game.
That was it. That was the Hunger Games. We did that about almost 5 or 6 years ago, which feels like a long time ago. But it's funny, though, because we tried to make it seem like, we're supposed to care for Finnick and Saffron when we barely know who they are.
Don't know who they are.
No, but we tried. That was way back in the day when we didn't think of, man, this film should be longer. And we should give them a story. Maybe they should stay a night or two in the game to get to know each other. Maybe there's a monster in there.
Oh, no.
And that's where the drop zone fixed all those problems.
Come into play.
The drop zone basically fixed all those problems because you get to know Dawson's character and my character in that film. And instead of just Saffron meets Finnick and they fall in love for some random reason. Yeah, it's great. And we only did the 2 winners because I think initially Dawson's character was going to win. And then we came up with the idea of Maddie and Dawson's character liking each other. And so we were like, well, this would probably be more emotional if they both won.
Yeah.
So we just went with that. And so in our version, 2 people win. We actually did think of doing a sequel, which we might maybe still do, where Jax's twin brother gets put in the Hunger Games, and he's looking for revenge.
And I die.
Yep. He dies. And me and Maddie win the Hunger Games. But that story probably will never happen because Maddie is supposed to be in that one.
Yep.
And she went bye-bye.
Went bye-bye.
So, who knows? The drop zone is basically our equivalent to that now.
Yep.
So, we are going to do a sequel to that one, too. If we react to that one, we'll talk about that a little bit more. And how Caitlin's character is going to have a bigger role in the sequel as well.
Yeah.
That's why she has a name in the credits, folks. I did say that when we were coming up, or when we got done with the film itself, and we had, we were saying, 8 people died in the, in that plane accident. I have not typed on this since October 14th of 2018, but I still have it. So I wrote down all these notes. I'll try to show it. I wrote down all these notes in my phone, if you can see that, of all the planning for the characters. And so Dawson was Finnick Odair, obviously, and he was in District 4. I'll look up if you're not a Hunger Games fan, we'll look him up for you in just a few minutes so you can tell who is established with what kind of district. My weapon was the axe. I wrote that down, and you do see that in the film. I don't even use it at all. I just chuck it on the ground, and that's it. You've got Ash with the bow. She shot Maddie with it.
Yep.
So she does use that. And then Saffron had a knife, which she never used.
She threw it.
She threw it at Hope. That was it.
Yeah, that's it.
She basically, technically, she never used it except for killing someone, and she never got the knife back.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and then we didn't have any other weapons written down for anybody else. But these were the names of the 8 people that I wrote down because I got bored that died in case we wanted to use them for another one. So we had District 1, Plumeria Pitforge. District 2, Olio Lockleaf. And I just picked random ones. I didn't care what they sounded like. I just went with it. District 3, Tassel Fardrop. District 7, Forest Meadowbrook. Kind of like that one. Kind of. District 7, Summer Mildberg. This one's kind of funny. District 8, Ant Silentberry.
Ant.
District 12, Kenny Spotted Song. That's the same district as Katniss.
Yes.
District 12. So, see how we didn't even use District 12 because we're trying not to be like Katniss Everdeen? But Saffron was like Katniss Everdeen. Supposed to be.
Basically.
And then District 13, Cliff Daybreath. Those are all the people that died in the plane. That you don't get to see because conveniently we killed them off so we could have 5 people.
They're all dead.
We can't get 13 people.
Nope.
In a stinking film because that was great. I mean, if we
have never.
were like in the drama club, possibly that could have been possible, but that would have required planning.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever gotten 13 people in a film.
No.
I think the most we've gotten was like 8, wasn't it?
8 or 9, 10 maybe. And that was either VHS or the Big Versus video that we did at the school. I think it was the Big Versus video we did at the school because we had like several extra people and all that junk. But I'm going to go over what each of the... Because we picked our own districts for a reason. The characters were... They had their weapons and their districts based off of like where they were from, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
This might take me a little bit. Oh, did I just skip? I did. I skipped past a bunch of them. So, Dawson's character Finnick is from District 4. He's actually in the film. You probably can look up his backstory and everything if you felt like it. Yeah. District 4, he was a fisherman. Finnick, because in the film he actually is a fisherman, is in the fishing industry. They're known for being wealthy and very good looking. That is what it says. I'm just reading what it says. Their tributes were also careers training from a very early age to prepare for the game. So your character was working to be in it.
Getting it done, man.
It also mentions District 4 where Finnick O'Dare. It mentions that. Now, the fictional people.
Yes.
These we're probably just going to laugh at because I don't even know what these are going to say. I was from District 10.
Okay.
And apparently, District 10 was focused on livestock industry. That's why my thing has a bull on it in the picture. Their main job was to raise animals and supply meat to the capital.
Oh, well.
So, no wonder I was the bad guy. I was helping the capital out.
Ta-da.
Yeah, awesome. Josh is just the announcer. He's for the capital, basically. I mean, he got a phone call from... So he already is a bad guy.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
He's already a bad guy. Hope's character, Ash, was from District 9. Their focus is grain production.
Yeah.
Their area is the least referenced district in all of Pan Am. So she's a nobody.
She's a nobody.
Apparently. That's sad.
That's why she's mad. It's because nobody cares about her.
Give me some recognition. Maddie was from District 11, or Saffron, the main woman. District 11 was said to be composed of a vast area, possibly this entire southern region of Pan Am. Agriculture was the main industry of District 11, as the land was covered in orchards, crop fields, and cattle farms.
Interesting.
Even though that's funny. District 11 was one of the poorest districts. Wow. Wealthy and poor. We made them come together.
Ta-da.
You were the wealthy, she was the poor, and y'all came together. We're figuring this out 5 years later, that poor and wealthy people can come together with love.
Yes.
Citizens lived in small shacks.
Oh.
We gave her District 11 because I know District 11 or 12 was Katniss's.
Katniss was 12.
Yeah, 'cause 11 was the closest to hers that we kind of went with. Its citizens lived in small shacks in an area patrolled by peacekeepers, which you see in the actual movie.
Yep.
If we did it now, we probably would have put some in there.
Fun fact, now that you said that, I just remember. The Hunger Games is actually going to be a 3-part series.
Yeah, it's going to be a trilogy.
And the second one, I Die, they two win. The third one is they are back in the games again with a bunch of people, and halfway through in the battle, they decide to riot, and the peacekeepers come in, and lo and behold, Finnick is actually one of the peacekeepers, and he's trying to get Saffron out.
Yep.
And try to protect her, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's alive."
Yeah.
And then,
well, your character targets me because I'm the one that killed you, and I was trying to kill Matt Saffron too. Yeah. So I'm a great guy.
It was supposed to be like the big finale of it.
So Saffron apparently knows Rue because Rue is in District 11.
Oh.
That's what it says.
How about that?
Rue from the Hunger Games. And last but not least, Paxton was in District 5. And that district was power and electricity.
Oh, interesting.
Area produced the electricity that powered all of Pan Am. They housed a hydroelectric dam.
You see that in the movie?
Yeah, you do see that in the movie, where many of the citizens worked. It becomes a target by the rebels in Mockingjay, which we just said, and they try to, they pretty much destroy it. Oops, Paxton. Well, he died, so that's probably why they destroyed it.
Him's dead.
He dead. But yeah, that we had a little bit of backstory for each of them. I'm glad that I actually found that because I didn't think I was gonna find that at all. But yeah, that was the Hunger Games. Us watching the Hunger Games. Hilariously enough, this film, I still have my list from that we did in 2020. This film was number 8 on my top 10 list.
Oh.
Didn't even remember that, but okay.
What was your list in 2018?
In 2020?
Or 2018?
It was the one we did that video.
Oh.
Upstairs, the ranking video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I had.
Ow.
That's the wrong list. I had Journey to the Past at 10, Horrors of the Past at 9, Hunger Games at 8, Revenge at 7, Come Home at 6, Ben 10 Versus at 5, The Trail at 4, Survive 3, The Legend 2, and Star Wars Aftermath at 1. We would have to do a whole nother episode just to do our new top 10, because that was 2020 and we've made like a dozen or more films since then.
Yeah.
Since 2020, so. But yeah, I figured that there was some backstory that we wrote down for it. So yeah, I surprisingly found it on my phone. But all the names were picked out by all of us, and everything. All of that was done. Weapons. I forgot about the whole weapons being picked out beforehand.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. But yeah, that was us watching the Hunger Games. Reacting to it, remembering some great memories from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that was filmed all in one day. I was going to mention that.
Mm-hmm.
That was filmed all in one day from morning to night, basically.
Yeah.
One of the few films that we actually did that. But we had to wait to edit it all until later that week because it got so late doing Josh's stuff that we just couldn't work on it at all. And I think I do have a clip on my phone of us editing that film.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like we're sitting like right over there at the at this table. This table was old. This thing was here when we were 13 or 14 and we were using it. And this you remember when the table made us look small?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we make it look small.
When
we make the table look small.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to say about the Hunger Games before we say goodbye to these people?
I will say, after actually sitting here and watching it again, there's some funny stuff in it, of course, watching it. But overall, I mean, it's actually pretty decent. Like, it's a decent film. Now, like I say with everything else, if we did this film now, would it be
a lot different?
Would it be different, and would it be better? Yes.
Yeah. we'd put a lot more story. Because back then, we did the whole basic, like, oh, there's these 5 people that are in the Hunger Games, and that's it. See what we can do with them. Now, like, if you watch the Drop Zone, I know we mentioned that a bunch, but I came up with the idea of the Drop Zone with the idea of the Hunger Games and the Maze Runner in mind.
Yep.
So, but, see, like, that one was more character-driven. This one was not.
No.
Not as much. If we did the Hunger Games now, or we called it something else or whatever, there would be a lot more character stuff. Yeah. We didn't start really doing that character stuff until, like, Aftermath. That's what really, the character stuff really kicked off, was, like, having backstories and crap for everybody, and because people get more interested in that. And, yeah, it was a fun film to do. Like I always say in every reaction video, we could have changed a lot of things in it, but that was 5 years ago, and we can't now. So I mean, it is what it is. There's I remember watching it the month or so ago that I watched it, and I thought to myself, why did we think this was good?
Why did we think this was a good idea?
Yeah, why? Some parts of it, like the end scene. That's a with a lot of the films too. Is the ending is like always the best part in a lot of them, especially with Silent Night, which we'll probably react to that in the future. But yeah,
I think one of my favorite scenes is, of course, the countdown.
Yeah,
Slow mo.
Which we all 5 of us came up with that
Yeah.
scene to do the countdown with the eyes opening and stuff, and that took several takes.
It did.
Especially with Hope and Maddie. That took forever, I remember. That was great. But shout out to y'all.
Yep.
Yeah. Being great sports. Being in the film. Doing great. That's going to do it for us.
Yep.
If y'all like this video, leave a like down below. Comment what other films of ours y'all want us to react to. We've also talked about actually watching movies that we've never seen before and doing reviews on them. And we might even record our reactions to some parts of the movie. Not the whole movie, because that's illegal.
Yep.
But, just some specific ones. And then we'll review it on here. So if you have any suggestions for what movies to watch, let us know. I recently just got done watching Oppenheimer.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So we might watch
Pretty
it again
good.
and do it for an episode. It's 3 hours, so buckle up, boy.
Yeah.
But just let us know in the comments down below as usual. Let us know also what ideas for episodes that you want us to do in the comments as well. But that's going to do it for us.
And also look out for a film coming soon.
Yes.
We don't know what it is, though, off the top of our head.
No. We were kind of sure of it last week when we did the show.
Yeah.
And we might have said it, like what kind of film it was. Or I think we said we were filming one.
Yeah.
But we'll be filming a film the 19th and 20th of August.
Yep.
So look out for that at the end. It might come out the end or end of August, beginning of September, possibly. So look out for that. But my name is Trace Parks.
My name is Dawson Mullins.
We'll see you guys in the next episode of the Weather News Hampton Show. Bye-bye.
Peace.